Hello guys, some of you have already approached and given worthwhile input and asked actually how do one add pivots in TradingView, and there was another suggestion to show that sometimes when you add pivots you get on TradingView a problem that it squeezes the whole structure of your candles. So I will show a little bit on how to add. First, you go to your indicators to add in indicators, just search for pivots and you get pivot points standard. That's your thing, that's it. Now you have pivots. So this is the daily Bitcoin US dollar on BitMEX, and you can see already the monthly pivots here. If you would like to configure your pivots, just go into this cog and you have in the inputs, you can choose the type of your pivots. I work with traditional pivots. The next phase, the next stage of working with pivots, you can easily choose Fibonacci, Classic, some Camarilla, which are all kinds of forms of variance on the calculation of the pivots themselves. But I really recommend staying with the traditional. Here you have the option to show historical pivots or just to work with the current pivots. If you show the historical pivots, you don't need the 15 unless you're a pivots fanatic. And I'm working with 6, that's more than enough. The pivot time frame I leave on auto because this allows me to switch between the pivots as I switch time frames. You can have your daily pivots displayed on every time frame. You can have your weekly, your monthly, your yearly. I prefer just to work with the auto. So that's about the inputs. And when it comes to the style, you can just configure, if you want a different color, the width of the thickness of the line, the opacity, it's all here, up to you. So that's the pivots. Sometimes when you add pivots, you will get first something like this, which is scary and unworkable. You would notice, by the way, that this is showing negative pivots. As I mentioned, I think on the video before, you can get negative pivots, and but who wants to see them? Because price is not going to go negative, right? Unless this is a new completely way of working market that we are not aware of. So how do you solve this? If you do get this, you just go to the cog here above the log and auto display, and you mark the scale price chart only. Voila! And now it's working, looking fine, and you can start working with your pivots. And as we speak, price of Bitcoin is testing again the monthly pivot. And as I said in the video before, I think I'm biased towards lower pivot test, but we'll see how this goes. So that's it, guys. If you have more questions or comments, please let me know.